Tonight, there is nowhere you need to be. Nothing to finish, nothing to solve. This moment belongs only to you. Allow yourself to slow down and simply breathe. Imagine standing on a peaceful country road as the last light of the day gently fades beyond the distant hills. The sky glows with soft shades of golden amber, pale pink, and gentle lavender. A cool evening breeze brushes lightly across your face, carrying the fresh scent of the ocean long before the waves come into view. Beneath your feet, the smooth stone path still holds a little warmth from the afternoon sun. Every step feels calm, slow, and effortless. The world around you grows quieter with each passing moment, inviting your mind to let go of every thought and welcome the peaceful journey that has just begun. As you continue along the quiet road, the evening settles gently around you like a soft blanket. The air becomes cooler and each breath feels fresh and light. On either side of the path, tall grasses sway slowly with the breeze, creating a gentle whisper that blends with the distant sound of the sea. A few small birds sing their final songs before finding a safe place to rest for the night. Their melodies are calm and comforting, never hurried, never loud. You notice tiny white flowers growing beside the stones, their delicate petals dancing peacefully in the fading light. There's no need to rush. Every step carries you a little farther from the busy world and a little closer to complete stillness. With each slow breath, your shoulders relax, your thoughts become quieter, and your heart feels lighter, as though the peaceful evening itself is gently guiding you toward a place where only calm and comfort exist. The peaceful road begins to curve gently, leading you around a wide meadow filled with wildflowers. Soft white daisies, pale lavender blossoms, and tiny blue flowers stretch across the field, moving gracefully with the evening breeze. Their gentle dance seems almost like a quiet welcome, inviting every traveler to slow down and enjoy the beauty of the moment. The scent of fresh grass mixes with the cool salt air drifting in from the sea. Somewhere ahead, the sound of gentle waves becomes a little clearer, rising and falling in a calm and comforting rhythm. As you reach the top of a small hill, the landscape opens before you. Far below, a quiet bay rests beneath the evening sky. The water is smooth as glass, reflecting the fading colors of sunset. At the edge of the shoreline, you notice a small wooden sign gently swaying in the breeze. The simple words carved into the weathered wood read, "Whispering Bay." A quiet smile appears on your face, as though the place has been waiting for you all along. You pause for a moment, take a slow, peaceful breath, and continue your gentle walk toward the calm shore. Leaving the little wooden sign behind, you continue down the winding path that leads toward the sea. The ground becomes softer beneath your feet as smooth stones slowly give way to warm sand mixed with tiny shells. The evening breeze carries the peaceful scent of salt water and fresh pine trees growing along the cliffs nearby. Every breath feels slow, clean, and wonderfully calming. In the distance, gentle waves roll onto the shore with a quiet rhythm, never hurried, never loud. The sound seems to match the steady beating of your heart. A pair of white seabirds glide silently above the water before disappearing into the fading light. The world around you feels perfectly balanced, as though nature itself has paused to enjoy the quiet evening. You notice there are no crowds, no busy roads, and no voices except the wind and the sea. It is a place where nothing asks anything of you. With every peaceful step, the weight of the day begins to melt away, leaving only comfort, warmth, and the gentle promise of rest. As the last colors of sunset slowly disappear beyond the horizon, the sky begins its quiet transformation. Deep blue replaces the warm golden light, and one tiny star appears above the distant hills. Soon another joins it, then another, until countless small lights gently decorate the heavens. They shine softly, never bright enough to disturb the peaceful darkness. Their reflections sparkle across the calm surface of the bay like tiny diamonds floating upon the water. A gentle silence settles over everything. Even the breeze becomes softer, whispering through the tall grass and the branches of old pine trees. You stop for a moment to look up at the endless night sky. It feels comforting to know that these same stars have watched over travelers for countless generations. They ask nothing in return. They simply shine with quiet patience. You take another slow breath, filling your lungs with the cool evening air. Your eyelids begin to feel pleasantly heavy, and your thoughts drift as peacefully as the clouds passing beneath the moon. As you continue along the quiet shoreline, something catches your eye far across the peaceful bay. Standing proudly upon a cluster of smooth gray rocks is an old lighthouse, its white stone walls glowing gently beneath the silver light of the moon. At the very top, a warm golden beacon slowly turns in a graceful circle, sending its comforting light across the sleeping sea. The beam moves quietly over the water, touching the gentle waves before disappearing into the night, only to return again a few moments later. There is nothing hurried about its rhythm. It feels calm, steady, and reassuring, like the slow breathing of someone peacefully asleep. The lighthouse has stood here for many years, patiently welcoming every traveler who finds this quiet place. You cannot hear a single voice, yet somehow the warm light feels like a silent invitation. Without thinking, you smile gently and continue walking toward it, knowing that with every step you are leaving the noise of the world behind and moving closer to a place filled only with peace, warmth, and quiet dreams. As you continue along the quiet shoreline, something catches your eye far across the peaceful bay. Standing proudly upon a cluster of smooth gray rocks is an old lighthouse, its white stone walls glowing gently beneath the silver light of the moon. At the very top, a warm golden beacon slowly turns in a graceful circle, sending its comforting light across the sleeping sea. The beam moves quietly over the water, touching the gentle waves before disappearing into the night, only to return again a few moments later. There's nothing hurried about its rhythm. It feels calm, steady, and reassuring, like the slow breathing of someone peacefully asleep. The lighthouse has stood here for many years, patiently welcoming every traveler who finds this quiet place. You cannot hear a single voice, yet somehow the warm light feels like a silent invitation. Without thinking, you smile gently and continue walking toward it, knowing that with every step you are leaving the noise of the world behind and moving closer to a place filled only with peace, warmth, and quiet dreams. A narrow wooden bridge stretches quietly from the shore toward the lighthouse. The weathered planks have been shaped by countless seasons of wind, rain, and gentle sunshine, yet they remain strong beneath your feet. As you take your first careful step, the bridge answers with a soft, familiar creak, a sound that feels comforting rather than old. Beneath you, the calm sea moves slowly around the rocks, carrying silver reflections of the moon across its peaceful surface. A cool breeze brushes gently against your face, bringing with it the scent of salt, pine, and distant wildflowers. Halfway across the bridge, you pause for a moment and rest your hands upon the smooth wooden railing. The water below glimmers quietly, while the lighthouse light sweeps across the bay in its slow and steady rhythm. Every breath becomes deeper than the last. Every step leaves behind another small piece of the busy world, until only the quiet sea, the soft wind, and the warm light ahead remain. At the end of the bridge, a small stone path leads to the entrance of the lighthouse. Tiny lanterns glow softly beside the path, their warm light dancing gently in the evening breeze. The great wooden door stands before you, built from rich oak that has grown smooth with age. Fine carvings of waves, stars, and graceful seabirds decorate its surface, telling silent stories of countless peaceful nights beside the sea. You rest your hand upon the polished brass handle. It feels cool for only a moment before warming beneath your touch. Slowly, the heavy door opens without effort. A gentle wave of warm air welcomes you inside, carrying the comforting scent of cedar wood, old books, and a fire burning somewhere nearby. The sounds of the sea remain softly in the background, blending perfectly with the quiet stillness of the lighthouse. You step inside, and the door closes gently behind you, leaving the outside world to rest peacefully beneath the stars. Inside the lighthouse, everything feels peaceful and inviting. Soft, golden light from a crackling fireplace fills the room with gentle warmth. Shelves lined with old books reach toward the ceiling, while comfortable chairs rest beside wide windows overlooking the quiet sea. A small wooden table holds a steaming cup of herbal tea, filling the air with the calming scent of chamomile and honey. A large clock quietly marks the passing moments with slow, gentle ticks that blend naturally into the peaceful silence. Outside, the lighthouse beam continues its patient journey across the sleeping ocean. Inside, every corner seems to whisper that you are safe, welcome, and free from every worry. You settle into a comfortable chair near the fire, wrapping yourself in a soft blanket. The warmth surrounds you. Your breathing slows, and every thought becomes lighter, drifting away like tiny clouds across the moonlit sky. The fire continues to glow with quiet warmth as the evening grows deeper. Outside, the waves roll gently against the rocks below, while the lighthouse sends its comforting light across the peaceful sea again and again. You close your eyes for just a moment and listen carefully. The crackling fire, the distant waves, the soft wind outside, and the steady rhythm of the lighthouse create a perfect harmony, as though the entire world has chosen to whisper you toward sleep. There is nothing left to do tonight, no unfinished tasks, no worries waiting for tomorrow. Only this peaceful room, the gentle warmth around you, and the quiet promise of a restful night. Your breathing becomes slow and effortless. Your body feels pleasantly heavy, supported by the comfortable chair and the peaceful silence surrounding you. As the lighthouse continues its endless watch over the bay, you allow yourself to relax completely, knowing that this quiet place will always be here, whenever you need comfort, calm, and gentle dreams.
The warmth of the lighthouse wraps around you like a soft blanket on a cool evening. Behind you, the old wooden door closes with the quietest sound, leaving only the gentle crackle of the fireplace and the distant rhythm of the waves outside. The room feels timeless, as though every peaceful evening from long ago still lives within its walls. Wooden shelves rise from floor to ceiling, filled with well-loved books whose worn covers tell silent stories. A brass lantern hanging overhead fills the room with a soft golden glow. Beside the fireplace, a comfortable armchair waits with a folded wool blanket, while a steaming cup of chamomile tea rests on a small wooden table. The comforting scent of cedarwood and herbs fills the air. Outside, the lighthouse beam continues its slow journey across the quiet sea. You breathe deeply, feeling every muscle begin to relax. The busy world fades away, leaving only warmth, stillness, and the peaceful promise of a quiet night. On the small table beside the armchair lies an old leather-bound journal. Its cover is smooth from years of gentle use, and its pages have turned the soft golden color that only time can create. You open it carefully, hearing the faint rustle of thick paper. The handwriting inside is calm and elegant, as though every word was written without hurry. The journal speaks of peaceful mornings, quiet evenings, calm seas, and nights spent watching the stars from the lighthouse window. There are no tales of danger or fear, only simple moments that remind you how beautiful an ordinary day can be. As you read each page, the room grows even quieter. The fire crackles softly nearby, and the steady sound of the waves blends with the gentle turning of each page. Every sentence feels like a slow breath, inviting your mind to become lighter and more peaceful. Without warning, tiny raindrops begin to fall outside. They tap softly against the round lighthouse windows, creating a delicate rhythm that joins the music of the sea. The rain is gentle, never loud, as though the clouds themselves wish to help the world fall asleep. Small drops slide slowly down the glass, catching the warm light from inside before disappearing into the quiet night. The air feels even fresher now, carrying the clean scent of rain, salt water, and pine trees. You remain comfortably seated beside the fire, listening as nature creates a peaceful melody. The rain, the waves, the crackling wood, and the steady lighthouse beam all seem to move together in perfect harmony. With every passing minute, your breathing slows, your thoughts become softer, and the quiet room feels even more comforting than before. You reach for the warm cup resting quietly on the wooden table. As you lift it gently, soft curls of steam rise into the golden light. The scent of chamomile, wild honey, and fresh herbs fills the room with peaceful warmth. You take one slow sip. The tea is soothing, smooth, and comforting, warming you from the inside out. You close your eyes for a brief moment, allowing yourself to enjoy the simple pleasure of this quiet evening ritual. Outside, the rain continues its gentle song, while the sea remains calm beneath the moonlit sky. The old clock quietly marks another peaceful minute. Nothing feels rushed. Every small moment is given the time it deserves. You realize that true comfort is often found in the simplest things. A warm drink, a glowing fire, a quiet room, and the peaceful sound of rain beyond the window. A narrow wooden staircase curves gently upward along the inside wall of the lighthouse. Holding the warm lantern, you begin climbing one careful step at a time. The polished wood feels smooth beneath your hand, and each quiet step echoes softly through the peaceful tower. At the top, you discover a circular library unlike any you have ever seen. Tall shelves surround the room, filled with books about the sea, the stars, quiet gardens, distant mountains, and peaceful journeys. A large round window offers a breathtaking view of the moonlit ocean stretching endlessly into the horizon. In the center of the room stands a small reading table with an open book waiting patiently, as though it has been expecting your arrival. The lighthouse beam passes gently across the window, filling the library with slow-moving ribbons of golden light. You smile softly, knowing that another peaceful chapter of your journey is about to begin. The open book upon the reading table reveals an old hand-drawn map unlike any you have seen before. Instead of marking busy cities or crowded ports, it shows peaceful islands, quiet bays, hidden forests, and gentle rivers that seem untouched by time. Tiny handwritten notes fill the edges of the page, describing places where the waves are always calm, where birds sing only at sunrise, and where the wind carries nothing but the scent of wildflowers. You slowly trace one finger across the faded paper, imagining each peaceful place. The soft light from the lighthouse glides across the map, making the delicate ink shimmer for a moment before settling once again. It feels less like reading a map and more like wandering through a beautiful dream. You step toward the large round window at the top of the lighthouse. Beyond the glass, the ocean stretches endlessly beneath the quiet night sky. Countless stars sparkle above, while the moon paints a silver path across the calm water. Far below, gentle waves kiss the rocks with the softest rhythm, never breaking the peaceful silence. A cool breeze slips through a slightly open window, carrying the fresh scent of salt water and rain. You rest your hands upon the smooth wooden frame and simply watch. There is nothing to think about, nothing to remember. The sea rises and falls with slow, comforting breaths, inviting your own breathing to become just as calm and steady. Near one corner of the library stands a beautiful old grandfather clock. Its polished wooden case glows softly beneath the lantern light. Every few seconds, the pendulum swings quietly from side to side. Tick, pause, tock, pause. The gentle rhythm blends perfectly with the crackling fireplace below and the distant sound of the waves. Time feels different here. It no longer rushes forward. Each second passes slowly, peacefully, allowing you to notice the little things. The warm light upon the books, the quiet rain against the windows, and the peaceful silence that fills every corner of the lighthouse. You discover that when the world becomes quiet, even time seems to breathe more slowly. The night grows deeper, wrapping the lighthouse in gentle stillness. The rain becomes lighter until only an occasional drop touches the glass. The stars shine a little brighter now, while the moon watches silently over the sleeping sea. You return to the comfortable armchair with a soft wool blanket resting across your shoulders. Its warmth surrounds you completely. The fire continues to glow, filling the room with gentle light that dances across the wooden floor. Every sound has become softer. Every breath has become slower. It feels as though the lighthouse itself is quietly protecting everyone within its walls, allowing nothing to enter except peace, warmth, and rest. Before closing the old journal, you notice a single sentence written carefully on the final page. May every traveler who finds this lighthouse leave behind every worry and carry only peaceful dreams. You read the words once more, allowing them to settle gently in your heart. Outside, the lighthouse beam continues its endless circle across the calm sea, faithful and unhurried as always. The fire burns low, the clock keeps its gentle rhythm, and the ocean whispers softly beyond the walls. You close your eyes for a moment, feeling completely safe and wonderfully at peace. There is nowhere else you need to be. Tonight, the lighthouse has become your quiet home, and the peaceful journey is only beginning. As sleep slowly draws closer, the warm light continues to shine, guiding every dream toward calm waters beneath a sky full of gentle stars.